everyone, it's Crystal, and today I am going to go over the what the heck did I read for the month of July. I can't believe it is July 31st today already. This summer seems to be going by quicker than anything. But of course, I've had a lot of stuff going on. There's been some craziness in the household, which ate up a lot of my time, so I only read 5 books this month. So let's get on into it. Keep watching if you're interested in seeing what I read. So the first book that I read for the month of July was Into the Dim, and that was a book that I saw many different booktubers recommending, saying it was kind of like the Outlander series, but in a young adult section. So of course, if you love Outlander, you're gonna have to give it a try. It's written by Janet Taylor, and I picked it up actually from the library as a digital copy, so I don't have one to hold in front of you right now, but it was pretty good. I like the writing style, and pretty much though, the only thing that I saw as a connection to Outlander was that the main character goes back in time. Unlike Outlander, this one was planned, and there's not really a romance, and there's lots of other differences. So it was a good book, but if you are looking for something that is similar to the Outlander series, I have other suggestions for that I'm going to go over when I review Outlander Battle of the Media, which is going to be coming up here soon, so keep a lookout for that. But overall, it was a good book. Check it out if you are looking for something where time travel is involved. Okay, the next book that I read happens to be The Magicians, and I was told that this one is a lot like Harry Potter. I know, I seem to be reading a lot of books that are like other books, but I figured I'd check it out, and I have to say that I was not as thrilled with this book as I was hoping. You know, you go into a Harry Potter style of book, yes, there's magic, and it combines kind of the world that you're living in, but it's not the fun or the deepness or any of the other drawing parts that Harry Potter created, that created Harry Potter to be such a huge phenomenon. This book was a very, I would say dark, but not dark, because some of the Harry Potter books were dark, but they were still hopeful. This one had a bleakness to it. You follow the story of this one guy after high school, before he heads to college. His name, I believe, is like Quentin. Hold on. Yes, Quentin is his name. And he gets accepted into this college for magicians, and you follow his story, but the story bounces back and forth. It goes from first person to third person to you don't know what, and eventually, before you're even halfway through the book, he's out of school, and then he's dealing with the depression of not knowing what to do now that he knows magic exists and the world's at his fingertips and everything's too easy. So he gets sucked into drugs and drinking and depression, and it's actually a very sad book. But there's a mixture of like Harry Potter to it and Narnia, and I'm going to go over a Battle of the Media with this too, because as you can tell, Sci-Fi did a whole series on it, so I want to see if they are able to take that story, that base story, and make it into something that is a little bit more fun. So keep a watch out for that one too, and I will let you guys know. The next book that I read is my favorite, I would almost say hands down my favorite book of all time. I made Shannon read this last month, so I figured I better reread it so I can tell you guys about it. But it's Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder, and I love this series. It is a fantasy style series, but it has to do with a military-esque world. It's almost like, here again, Harry Potter meets the Hunger Games almost. It is so engaging. The writing style is so good. It's not, I've seen it recently being put into the young adult section, but I wouldn't put it there. It deals with heavier things than what I think young adult would, and the age of the characters is more adult than most young adult books. So I'm going to do a full review of this. Keep a lookout for it. Or I think actually Shannon and I are thinking about doing one of the Facebook Live chats about the whole series. So I will keep you guys posted when that happens. Watch on our Facebook page, Digital and Vellum, and see when we're going to do that and find out all the yummy, yummy spoilers about this book. Hold, please. So the next book that I'm reading actually was emailed to me by the author, and they asked me to do a review of this book, and I was like, you know, sure, I'll check it out. And it's called Beckoning Darkness, and let me get the title right because there's a long after. It says The Damned and the Pure #1. It's by J.D. Stonebridge, and when I started reading it, it is a book about an angel and a demon, and they are trying to fight over this one person that is imagined to be a prophet. It's set in the contemporary time period, and I was like, oh no, this is going to be another like uber religious, you have to follow the dogma and blah blah blah, and it actually had a pretty good plot twist in there that made me intrigued. I liked how human they made the angel feel, or how they humanized her, and how they humanized the demon as well, and you get to see both of their perspectives and both of their inner monologues, which lets you know more about who they are and what their view is on this whole situation that's being built. There's not just the up and the low, but there's also, you find out this middle gray area, and that's not just humans on Earth, but all the mythical creatures that we're familiar with, you know, Medusas, chimeras, vampires, ghosts, all those guys. And it's like the heaven group and the hell group are two separate people trying to fight each other, and then the Earth-based monsters are trying to fight both of them, thinking that these guys are trying to destroy Earth, and it's actually a really interesting story. So if you're interested, check it out. I believe it's just free right now on Kindle, and so look it up if you're looking for something that is a little bit different. So yeah, I give it a thumbs up. Okay, and then the last book that I read for the month of July actually is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I'm doing a buddy read with this one with Fandom and Books. Her name's Paula. Hi Paula, how are you doing? And we are going to be discussing this and talking about it, and it's going to be fun, and I know I'm going to do a full review video on this, but essentially this is the first book of a 3-part series, and it is about a girl who denies all her birthright of being a witch, and it's gotten to the point where it bubbles out from her, and she studies history, and the path that she has been studying brings her to this one book, essentially, and you know how much I love history and books and witches, that all of a sudden recognizes her magic and only opens for her, and so all the rest of the other sorts of people, vampires, witches, and demons, D-E-A-M-O-N-S, they start coming after her to see how she was able to open up this book, because every species thinks that this book means something for them, whether it be their origin story, or how to destroy them, or where they were created from, or all three. It's an alchemy book, and it's really an interesting story. There's a lot more that goes into it. She ends up meeting this vampire that they all of a sudden immediately click and get along with very well, and he starts protecting her even though they're supposed to be against each other. Like, witches don't get along with vampires, don't get along with the other, and it's just a fabulous book. I'm gonna get into it more in my review, but Discovery of Witches, check it out, okay? So that is my wrap up, or what the heck did I read for July. Please let me know if you read any of these books or what you thought of them. Comment down below, give us a big old thumbs up, subscribe, and follow me on all the social media, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys! Whew. It's hot in here. When was I around someone who was wearing patchouli. I don't know.